Hey there, beings, people, other digital things. You're watching Help Be Mine. I am Dear Danny, your self-investment storyteller. Dear Danny is my pen name, my stage name from now and forevermore because I love it. It resonates with me. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I mentioned that I am going to start using the pen name Dear Danny. I'm going to change it from my prior pen name on my books because I like it, I love it, and I want it for content, okay? So Dear Danny, and what I want to do with Dear Danny is I want to get into this storytelling. I want to share stories. I want to even respond to letters on the internet, especially Quora.com. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I could be saying it incorrectly, but responding to letters that you may all send me. So I'll give you my link in the description where you can submit some questions. Even responding to our social media is going to be in a fashion of Dear Danny, where I'm coupling the questions that I like to present to everyone, that everyone knows me in my personal life to do, and also add the endearment part, or how do we address it, and the value together. I don't know, it's making sense to me, and hopefully it makes sense to you all. But today I want to do something a little different than I've been doing lately. I'm going to go to Quora.com. I'm going to read a story. This is going to be our inspiration for today's journal prompt. And we are going to come back and then create our own story based on the same question. Before I get into today's video, I want to give a special thank you to the sponsor, Keen. Thank you, Keen, for sponsoring today's video.
Keen is an incredible resource that perfectly complements your self-awareness journey, a platform designed to elevate your quest for self-discovery, just like an introspective act of journaling. Through Keen, you can connect with experienced spiritual advisors, uncovering topics on love, relationships, personal growth, self-discovery, and wellness. Consider Keen.com as a conversation, the catalyst for self-awareness and experiments. Imagine approaching Keen.com with your journaling ideas, embracing the power of diverse thought, and connecting with experienced mentors who will help you uncover the hidden gems within. It's where your attentions meet a diverse world of perspective, exploring the profound questions that lead you toward a deeper understanding of yourself. You can kickstart that journey in your first 10 minutes would be just $1.99 using my link, www.king.com/helpbemind. Click, connect, and come prepared with your thoughtful questions.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and on my screen is going to be the letter that I'm reading from Quora.com. You all can read along with me. Here we go. What is the nicest thing anyone has ever done for you? This is from someone named Lisa F., who is a caregiver for dementia residents. I had a bank customer who was an older gentleman that had recently lost his wife. He came across as a mean person only because he didn't engage in conversation nor smiled much. Somehow, he trusted me and we became good friends. He was the second person I called when my own father died, and he explained to me why my father chose to just give up. My friend was 90 at the time and in better health than my dad. Anyhow, he made me understand why he was tired and just wanted to feel alive again. I teased him, telling him he more or less became my surrogate father from then on. The day I quit the bank, he cried, thinking I was going to forget him. He had 2 daughters who didn't live in the same state, so I continued to check on him, taking him home, cook food, to appointments, and just to visit. The day came when he moved into a retirement home, so helped him get his house ready to sell. I never asked for anything because I never expected anything. He was a friend, and I've always enjoyed dealing with elderly people. Once he hit 92, he decided to move near his daughter in another state. That's when it was my turn to cry. Felt like I was losing my father all over again. Kept in touch with him until the day his daughter called and told me he had a massive heart attack. I was devastated. Months went by until, out of the blue, I got a call saying he left me a little something in his will. I didn't want anything. He didn't have a friendship for that purpose. His little something was a check for $20,000. I was blown away, but his daughter thanked me as well for being there for him. It never was a duty, but it was more of a way to let him know he wasn't alone. I work home health now and always keep him in mind. How beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love it. So I think this is going to be fun, friends. I'm excited for this Dear Danny Healthy Mind combination where we look at stories, we dissect stories, we still analyze this content online, but we're doing it in an intentional way. So if you haven't already checked out peaceequations.com, I have journals on there where we can really get in tune with our thought. And here are some concepts that I want to share with you all. I don't know if they're concepts or just lines and statements. I'm just trying to talk through this because I have not put a script together. So here we are. These are the thoughts that we're going to, get creative with in life. The first one is raw thoughts. So raw thoughts are going to be when we come and do a journal assignment and we're just giving it what we have. We're not trying to think too deeply. We're just coming from our emotion. How do we actually feel about that? Then we are going to try to tap into creative thought. Creative thought is when we think one way, and this is the way that we've always thought, but we have an opposing opinion and a view, and we're going to try to understand or offer a different perspective or in any way get creative with our thought that is wrong. All right. Then we have inspired thoughts. So most of these thoughts are going to be inspired thoughts because we're coming from social media. We're looking at stories like this on Quora. We are looking at any quote or content. We're even looking at some of the podcast interviews that I have and using that as inspiration for journals. But inspired thought, what happened today? What happened yesterday? What happened in a conversation? What did you see that inspires you to do something or present something better or write something, create something? So that inspiration thought is not just about motivation, because people talk about motivation as if it doesn't matter anymore. It does. Because motivation is a part of the journey. We use these words in order to move us forward. The movement is where the motivation comes from. So we're inspired to do something. And so then we have this one that I call my favorite intentional thought. So the intentional thought is when we dig a little bit deeper. We have questions set up. So these are like the frameworks that I use on the channel for know, where we gather that keen understanding. We nurture with questions. We look for opportunities and ways to own it. And then where are wins? Those are intentional thought, where we use framework in order to get through the journal question. And then lastly, friends, we have active thought. So active thought is when we're going to have an activity. So sometimes that is going to be using some of the resources, especially for our creative entrepreneurs, using active thought and how we can solve our problems, or active thought on how we can create more content, or active thought on how we can do something, period. Do something, right? With our thought, do something that actually serves the world instead of divides, serves your world instead of dream. Okay, so I am going to be a little bit more organized as I continue these videos. Now that I have this Dear Danny, okay, Dear Danny with Healthy Mind, I need to be more organized. I need to understand what I'm doing here, and I want you guys to all understand. So I know at the very end of the day, I like to think, I like to have conversation, and I'm always inspired by everything. There's a story to be told everywhere. There's a story to read. There's a story to listen to, and I'm going to invite you all on that journey. So that's today's question. What's the nicest thing anyone has ever done for you? I want you to write it out as a story. So don't just say, someone gave me $20,000. Position this in a story. Put this together in a story. Write in your journal the storytelling. This is the intentional thought. We're going intentional with answering this question. So the framework is just to tell the story. Until next time, hold on to you as much as you can. Hold on to your health, your well-being, and your mind. Be mindful.
This experience is brought to you by peaceequations.com. Choose life, choose joy, choose peace over chaos.